Oh, I guess we have to talk about this bullshit.
I think this is why people hate lawyers. We're the Armed Attorneys. Today we're talking about a University of Miami professor who wants to rewrite the Second Amendment. Stick around till the end. We're going to talk about actually what it takes to amend the Constitution. And before we get started, show your support for the Second Amendment by hitting the like button. And I think before we even get started, I want to say, just on a personal note, that if anyone who watches regularly might notice that I sound a little bit different right now. I'm a little bit like Cindy from the Brady Bunch. And even armed attorneys bite their tongues in their sleep and get a little lispy every once in a while. So next couple of videos, I might sound a little goofy. Sorry, I'll be back to normal soon, I hope.
All right, to start this conversation, we're going to start with the text of what this professor thinks the Second Amendment should be, and I'm going to read this. So it says, all people have the right to bodily autonomy consistent with the right of other people to the same, including the right to defend themselves against unlawful force and the right of self-determination in reproductive matters. The government shall take reasonable measures to protect the health and safety of the public as the whole.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that there's a lot to unpack there about our new Second Amendment proposal.
Hot takes. First thing, it doesn't mention arms.
No, it doesn't. There is no protection for firearms in this. Not only that, but take a look at what the self-defense proposed protection is. It's force. So
yeah, second hot take, doesn't mention deadly force.
If I'm a prosecutor or if I'm someone who's anti-gun, I'm going to say the Second Amendment does not protect your right to kill someone in self-defense. That's always murder. Sorry, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
And this third thing that jumps out at me is it kind of has this introductory paragraph where basically, as long as we oppress everyone equally.
Right. My rights are only consistent with everyone else's rights.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but as long as we oppress everyone equally and they don't have a right to defend themselves, then that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. So as long as we're all consistently oppressed without our rights to arms and to self-defense, we're all good. That's what this amendment says. I mean, it's not in the spirit of, the Bill of Rights, which is protecting the people from the government itself. This is, right. Hey, government, trample right on over us is what this rewrite does, I think.
Yeah, and I'd say the fourth thing, the Second Amendment is a restatement of a pre-existing right. Mm-hmm. We have always had the right to self-preservation, the right to defend ourselves or families. And the Second Amendment is a restraint on government.
Yep.
And this appears to be some kind of affirmative right of something with the government maybe protecting people. I don't know. I'm going to put on my professor hat. I give her an F-.
That's fair.
But that brings us to our pro tip of the day. Why, this is a funny deal. There's no chance that this is happening. But let's talk about the constitutional process for amending.
Yeah, how she would have to go about actually getting the Constitution amended to her liking. It's really tough. So first of all, the amendment has to be proposed, right?
Yep.
That can either be from the legislature, the House and Senate both, in a 2/3 vote. They have to, propose the amendment.
Right.
Or by a convention of the states, 2/3 of the states have to draft and propose the amendment. Mm-hmm. But then that's not even the end of the story.
No, because then it still has to be ratified. And at that point, 3/4 of the states have to ratify a constitutional amendment to effectively amend the Constitution. So the chances of this happening are exceedingly low. It's just funny. I think.
And not just the chances of this wacky rewrite happening. I mean, the chances of any of us seeing a constitutional amendment in our lifetimes is actually pretty darn low.
So, well, this is a little bit off, the beaten path for our normal discussions. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider subscribing, liking the video, and share it. That's the best thing you can do. If you support our channel, share it with someone, spread the word. And until next time, we're the Armed Attorneys.